Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our 20th story from series called Sunday Stories from our book Move Mountains One Story at a Time. In this video, I'm going to talk about why customer service is not a skill, but it's an attitude, it's a way of life. George was a management trainee in a hotel, and he made two conscious decisions to develop two great habits. One, to learn everything about the hotel industry, and second, to make sure that every customer request is handled quickly and with lot of courtesy. On a cold rainy night, an elderly couple entered the lobby and asked George, "Gentlemen, can you give us a room for a night?" George explained to the gentleman that there are 3 conventions happening in the city, and that is the reason there are no rooms available in the city. As he surveyed the disappointment on their faces, he reminded himself of his habit of keeping the customer first, no matter what. As the elderly couple shuffled towards the door, George called out, "I know we don't have any vacancies in the hotel, but perhaps you can consider sleeping in my room this evening. I would rather have you occupy my room than have it sit vacant all night. It's the least I can do for nice people on this nasty evening." Next morning, while checking out, the gentleman said, "Young man, you should be the manager of the best hotel in the United States of America. Maybe someday I'll build one for you." The young trainee looked at the charming couple, and all 3 of them had a good laugh on the old man's joke. One day, George received a letter from that old gentleman. The letter requested that George should pay him a visit, and it also had a round-trip ticket to New York. When he reached there, the old man seemingly asked him endless questions related to hotel business, and then he led him to the corner of 5th Avenue, 34th Street, and pointed towards a marvelous building, a beautiful building made of reddish stone. And then he turned to George and said, "This is the hotel I have built for you to manage." George burst into laugh as he congratulated old man on his joke. But old man was not laughing. He was smiling, and he said, "I assure you I am not joking. I call this hotel World of Astoria, a long-standing family name." The old man's name was William Waldorf Astor, the heir of one of the biggest fortune in the American history. The young trainee's name was George C. Bolt, who became the first manager of the grandest hotel of its time. Our behavior based on the habits not only have power to make people happy, but also has power to change our fortune. Lot of people worried about future, and they don't enjoy their present. Let's make our present beautiful by serving people with an attitude of high quality of customer service. If we make our present beautiful, our future will be in our hands. The seeds we sow today will flourish into big plants in future. It is all about today. If we really want to create a beautiful future, we have to make our present amazing. And that can only be done when we create that attitude of service with every single person who come to us. When you create a touch point with any single person, you need to make sure that the person leave you either happy or with some learning. So my friends, customer service is not a skill. It is more of an attitude. You don't have to learn or do MBA to become a great at customer service. You have to develop an attitude of service. As Rabindranath Tagore said, "I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I woke and saw that life was service. And I acted, and behold, that service was joy." My friend, there is a lot of joy in service. Thank you so much for listening to our 20th story from our book Move Mountains One Story at a Time. I'm sure you must be moving many mountains during this lockdown period. We'll come back again next Sunday with our next story. Till then, keep moving mountains because you are special.